Hey, y'all, it's Tater. Going to start this episode 14 off with a comment from a listener, Mac Kilby. He said he's always enjoyed the celebrities like Dolly showing up or calling in, and he really enjoyed when Charlie Daniels would call in. He was a good man, and he's definitely missed. Scheduling Dolly and Charlie was a privilege. It actually ended up being a lot easier than I thought it would be. They came to the guys. The guys were just so lovable, and everybody wanted to be on their show. They had Charlie on, I think, over 10 times. I counted, maybe 10, 11 times. Charlie died at the age of 83 in July of 2020. And my Charlie Daniels story is when the only time he came to the studio. And when he did, it was a packed room. We had everybody from down the hall that were fans, our staff, the people that he brought with him, and of course the hanger-ons, and then all of us, the on-air folks, were all in the room. So it was cramped, and the Dollywood Squares board was behind the microphone. So there was 4 microphones on one side of the table console, and then Johnny and Randy sat on the other side, Jackie behind him. So it was a tight fit to get behind the console. And the chairs were like bar chairs, but they looked like office chairs. So they're elevated and they're office chairs. And I had given up my spot. Charlie was in the guest spot, pillars, and then Billy. I go behind. There's a huge dry erase board, and that's where I wrote where guests were showing up, what we were doing during the show, or I would erase it all to make the tic-tac-toe board to play Dollywood Squares. So during the break, I hop in there. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, getting through everybody who's all the way just in this whole room. And then I try to get my big ass behind the chairs, and I turn to start writing on the board. I knock into Charlie. Charlie knocks into my chair, and my chair was holding his guitar. Yeah, that guitar, the Les Paul. So I knock into Charlie. Charlie knocks into his guitar chair because it was a guest. And in slow motion, I see this guitar start to fall out of the chair. And it was like, no, stop. And the guitar hit the floor. Because again, the chairs are raised. And you hear, ka-jung, gang, 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 gang. The whole room. I mean, there was probably 22 people or so. I grabbed my face. I thought I was going to throw up. And I jumped down to pick up the guitar. One of his people jumped over and got the guitar. Charlie, burly beard, Santa Claus looking. I saw what parts of his skin were exposed, kind of go pink, kind of go red a little bit. And I was so scared. He picked her up and bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. And he's like, yeah, it's all right, darling. Don't worry about it. So I agree with you, Mac. He definitely was a good man and patient and kind and kept his temper. Woo!
The following words were spoken by the late Red Skelton on his television program as he related the story of his teacher, Mr. Laswell, who felt his students had come to think of the Pledge of Allegiance as merely something to recite in class each day. Now, more than ever, listen to the meaning of these words. I've been listening to you boys and girls recite the Pledge of Allegiance all semester, and it seems as though it's becoming monotonous to you. May I recite it and try to explain to you the meaning of each word. I, me, an individual, a committee of one. Pledge, dedicate all my worldly goods to give without self-pity. Allegiance, my love and my devotion. To the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom. Wherever she waves, there's respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts, freedom is everybody's job. United, that means that we've all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states, 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose, all divided with imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common purpose, and that's love for country. And to the Republic, a state in which sovereign power is invested in representatives chosen by the people to govern. And government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, and not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands one nation. One nation meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power to live one's own life without threats, fear, or some sort of retaliation, and justice, the principle or quality of dealing fairly with others, for all, which means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. Since I was a small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance: under God. Now, wouldn't it be a pity if someone said that's a prayer, and that it would be eliminated from schools too? God bless America.
Welcome to episode 14 of Tater's Big Show Hangover. Appreciate you coming by for one more round. Yeah, I thought that would get our blood pumping, or at least get my blood pumping, telling that story right there at the beginning. Man, that was a day. I think it was like 25 years ago. 26 years ago. 26 years ago. Can I just say something? I know we're all feeling it. Bread is $5. What the hell? I'm not talking about, bakery bread. It's not Sara Lee or Arnold bread. It's sandwich bread. It's not bread with a backstory. It's just bread. Like Wonder Bread or Nature's Own. I mean, I was buying that bread because it was the cheapest bread back in the day. I didn't get myself the fancy Sara Lee bread. No. I said, Nature's Own. I'll eat that, because it was like $2.50 a loaf. And even then, my parents were saying, $2.50 for bread? Now here I am. $5 for bread? Gonna have to learn how to make some bread. I mean, what? It's flour and eggs. And enriched with something, and then a bunch of chemicals. I don't get it. Eggs, all right. You had the chicken problem. They weren't laying, but bread? There's no problem. Oy. And while I'm on it, what's up with Coke, Diet Coke coming out with a lime flavor? Why do they have lime flavoring in it? I do have a girls' dinner where some ladies will get a Coke Zero and add a lemon to it. I guess it tastes that bad, they got to add something to it. But, I mean, since when are we doing cocktail behavior with a gas station pop? Now you got to have 9 different kinds of Diet Coke? I mean, there's too many choices. That's our problem in this country. we got too many choices. Just get Diet Coke or Coke Zero. It's made with different artificial stuff. If you want lime in it, I don't. So now I'm standing there staring into the cooler, trying to find my flavor pop, which is original, and it takes forever. Boy, I'm getting grumpy in my old age. Somehow my nephews, when we went antiquing last week, came back with the kind of haul that makes you realize either young people are getting weirder or I am. But they did pretty good. I had nothing in the cart. Not a darn thing. Nothing. And the prices are up in the vintage stores as well, just like the grocery store. But let's see. What did C? C brought back... he did really well because this was his trip, even though his brother S came with us and was ready to leave within 10 minutes of being there. He found something he wanted and he was like, let's go. I'm ready to leave. And this antique mall had probably 52 aisles in it. And and S found his thing on aisle 2 and was ready for the door. But... But it was fun walking around with him. So let's see. There were 2 malls that we went to, and C came back with, he's really into pirates and Pirates of the Caribbean. He found a ship clock. I said ship, like a pirate boat. And it was really cool. And in the middle of it was, an old analog clock. So I would say it was probably the kind of clock that used to sit on mantles or in studies. So he found that. And he also got a Charlie Brown and Snoopy lamp. And this really wasn't vintage because it was USB. You could charge up and then you could take the lamp anywhere. You didn't have to plug it in. So that was kind of odd. I was kind of confused on the whole antique thing. He played a claw game and won 2 Beanie Babies. He found a Nintendo game that was plugged in, so he sat down and played that for a while. He found they call them Funko Pop little figurines. They were very popular back in like 2010. So he found a Spider-Man one of those, and you don't really play with it. It just stays in the box, mainly, is what people do with them. But I would hedge a bet that it's been opened and he has played with it and or broken it, because they're not really movable figurines. And he found some Pokemon cards that were behind glass. So he fell for the fact that they were maybe special. And so he got a couple packets of Pokemon cards. His mother and I did not find anything. And Aunt Jenny came with us too, and she didn't find anything. We just enjoyed walking around, and we all just kind of stood there horrified that we realized our childhood is now booth inventory. All right, so that was the recap of the antique shopping during spring break. Time to move our focus over to listener comments. Top fan Butch Craven wrote to me and said, can you play some of Robert D. Raiford's bits? Man, you are so on to something there. The bits were hilarious. But I thought, the last year of the show, we started a segment called Remembering Raiford, and we did that to play his raves. And it just happened once a day, and would play one of Raiford's raves because so many of his fans were missing his voice. And what a cool way to honor him and to keep his essence alive by playing a forever recording of his voice and his thoughts and his humor and his wit. And therefore, Butch, I thought instead of a bit this go round, let's just do a Remembering Raiford rave. And thank you for your note, Butch.
Robert D. Raiford, last gasp for this morning. People are always asking, how in the world did you, a sophisticated, urbane, educated, mature Southern gentleman, ever get associated with the likes of John Boy and Billy? Well, I'm going to tell. Like they say about some marriages, people so far apart in persona, experience, and taste, it'll never work. Won't last 6 months, said the wags. Won't last past the first focus group. Well, the first focus group, my fate was sealed. I came out way on top of the scale. That was in 1986. I was somewhat well known, having been a local television news anchorman for 8 years in Charlotte, all being on a rather low-rated station, but a network affiliate. I did a television talk show on that station, which was nothing more than a call-in radio show with pictures, my picture full on the screen, talking to folks on the dad-blame telephone. It didn't last past the first rating period, not even as an alternative to the other 11 p.m. local news periods. Well, John Boy and Billy were on the radio at another station back then, and they watched and made fun of me on their radio show. Well, I never heard it because, as I said, the John Boy and Billy show was not my taste in radio listening, but my soon-to-be wife, much younger than I, did listen, liked them, and, well, I'm ahead of my story. I don't know what it was. Seems I read in the paper that John Boy had gotten religion or something, or was just fed up with working on a radio station, eaten up by corporate meddling. You boys can correct me on this if I'm wrong. So,
both?
Both? Okay. Well, anyway, you up and quit.
Just like that.
And Billy hung on, but the mix was not there, and soon they were both off the air. But in one of the most unfair part of anyone's contract, they were prohibited from being on a radio station within 50 miles of Charlotte for 1 year. It's called a no-compete clause, which I call a restraint of trade clause and should be unlawful.
Where were you when we needed you?
Yeah. But it stood up, and the boys figuring...
I was the one that was still working. What are you talking about?
I figured that they figured they must be together, and so they were looking for someplace to light. I think even in Florida. You almost went down to Florida.
Who was that stupid guy that was running When I Quit?
And about 2 months later, he called back and he said, "Could you do me a favor?" And I'm at another. He got fired after that.
Yeah.
I'm another radio station.
Yeah.
Could you laugh for me on tape so we could use your laugh on the morning show? Remember that, Billy?
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, I
Well,
said,
you know,
well, you might want to mass record because you're getting ready to hear one.
Hey, how you right now? Start your
Billy.
recorder now.
I know how you feel because, as you know, I worked for that same broadcasting company for about 5 years,
That's
and
right.
they always had a lot of people wanting to meddle, middle management
right.
people trying to justify their
Right.
job. You got nothing else to do. Don't let people do their own thing. Well, anyway, they had a station coming into town. They wanted a big boost, and they signed John Boy and Billy for a comeback because they wanted to stay. They like it here, like I do. It's my home area. They needed a person to read the news, and just a month before they came back, my contract was not renewed at the TV station. And after 8 years as a straight TV newsreader, my soon-to-be wife said I should get on the station John Boy and Billy were coming on in a month. I said, yeah. That'd be like mixing gasoline with water, rednecks. But I figured nothing from nothing leaves nothing again, so I joined their morning show time as a newsreader, a news nerd, as I call them now.
You know what was weird is Raiford had a please compete clause in his contract.
I again figured nothing from nothing leaves nothing, and I vowed to depart from the cut and dried little 2-minute news snippets. I mean, what they gonna do, fire me? And I began to add bizarre feature stories, and then since this worked, I became a foil for their act. I kept on, and then figured nothing leaves nothing. I was looking for a job when I found this one. I began to push the envelope and got into controversial commentary, and well, my popularity zoomed, as did John Boy and Billy's did. Sure, I was riding on their coattails. So what?
I mean, we don't just be yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's been 14 years now, and every day as I get closer to my 73rd birthday next month, a real survivor in this business, people ask, Raiford, how long you going to keeping on? And I say, well, long as I can, long as they'll have me. After all, I work at the pleasure of John Boy and Billy. If I get off a horse that's so much fun to ride. Who says that? I say that. Robert D. Raiford, curmudgeon at large, 14 years to this day. And they said it couldn't be done on the John Boy and Billy show.
Every horse needs a saddle.
Billy always quick with the quick.
That's it. Well, happy anniversary, Raiford. I tell you what, you're a good man.
Y'all too.
I like it.
Bah, bah. Imagine making love to as many women as you possibly can each and every day for the rest of your natural life. That's exactly what professional love seekers do as they merrily travel among the more than 2 million Kikuyus of Kenya. There's little time for much else since the love seekers practice their trade an average of 80 times a week. They ain't bragging. Qualifications for the glorified love seeker role are unusual and include renouncing all worldly possessions. I mean, what else you need? Eager candidates must possess plenty of vigor and stamina. They're herded into the wild where the denouncement of personal property must be made in the presence of a witch doctor. After doing this, the initiate falls to his knees, places his head in the opening of a hyena hole.
I knew there was a catch.
Standing behind him, the witch doctor asks if the candidate is ready to pursue gluttonously the art of love in the same manner as the hyena devours flesh. An affirmative answer is greeted with several stinging smacks on the buttocks. The witch doctor strikes the would-be love seeker with a special bag containing magical herbs, leaves designed to ensure perpetual potency. A wild session of lovemaking with a beautiful young girl follows as amateur turns professional. Then he repeats the solemn oath of his trade. Your heart shall be as wide as the sky. You shall have as many girls to love as there are stars in the heavens. Now, with your sword of love ever alert, go forth and love most arduously, and nevermore will you have to stick your head into a hyena hole.
Have a nice day.
No woman dares say no to a love seeker. In every village he visits, girls of all ages and descriptions flock to him, begging him for some of his unbridled magical passions. For the rest of his life, this love seeker roams the countryside, dressed in a short loincloth and plumed headpiece, carrying a long staff.
But that coffee is done better than Diggerland.
And the men of the tribe come out. They just want to see somebody who stuck his head in a hyena hole.
Hyenas run around this.
Love seeker.
Oh, they tell it for the truth in the sun.
Oh, those are some great memories. All right, so I have another note. This one's from Justin Young. He says, I've always loved the song parodies you did on The Big Show. Thank you, Justin. Whether you were channeling Nancy Sinatra or AOC, out of every one of those songs, which one was your favorite one to do? Well, it wasn't Nancy Sinatra or AOC. I was way out of tune on both of those songs. Nancy's was These Boobs Are Made for Gawkin', and the AOC song was Delusional Girl. So, yeah, Randy did a great job polishing those turds, but still couldn't make me a singer. But my favorite one was the one that Pillars wrote, and it was a Christmas tune. And I mean, he didn't write the original, but the parody to I'm Getting Nuttin' for Christmas. And that is my favorite solo. I have several songs that I love that I'm a backup singer in. But I'm Getting Nuttin' for Christmas. Superstar.
I forgot to book a guest. Somebody snitched on me. Got one name right, misspelled the rest. Somebody snitched on me. I gave Pillars puppies fleas. Tickled Jackie, made her pee. Dressed up Randy just like me. Somebody snitched on me. Oh, I'm getting nothing for Christmas. John Boy and Billy are mad. I'm getting nada for Christmas. 'Cause I ain't been nada but bad. I try to be good, but I never can. I can't think of worse things than a buttload of nuttin' for Christmas. I took the wheels off Raiford's chair. Somebody snitched on me. Put a bow in Marty's hair. Somebody snitched on me. I scared Steve and made him crap. Told the boss that Babs had clap. Sewed up John Boy's long John flap. Somebody snitched on me. Oh, I'm getting nothing for Christmas. John Boy and Billy are mad. I'm getting buckus for Christmas. And now this tater is sad. I try to be good, but it never works. I wish I didn't work with jerks. Now I'm getting Zippo for Christmas. I put a snake in Jackie's bed. Somebody snitched on me. I made fun of Billy's head. Somebody snitched on me. I spray painted Eddie's truck. Told him that his banjo sucked. Said that I don't give a darn. I think I just screwed me. Oh, I'm getting fired for Christmas. John Boy and Billy are mad. I'm getting pink slip for Christmas. I feel like I've really been had. Just be glad that you're not me beside my lonely Christmas tree, 'cause I'm getting nothing for Christmas. Superstar?
Oh, Dad, you're so sweet. How could you get nothing for Christmas? Stand by.
I channeled my inner child, and I don't think I got anything that Christmas. Looking at note one is from Chad Russell. Hello, Chad. He said, I've been listening to The Big Show for years, and it's been my morning drive routine for so long. I don't remember, but can you shed some light on Zach the Weed Guy? I thought I remembered hearing him at one point, and then, well, no more. But the girlfriend came along, and I just don't remember what happened with Zach. I'm sure it's probably corporate, but just wondering. I'm digging your podcast. Keep doing you, Tater. Well, Chadwick, I think definitely Zach was before Mary Jane. And once I was up for it, I think Zach was happy to be off to the side and would fill in when Mary Jane had an appointment or something like that. I do have, when Zach made his first appearance with the guys, this is where it all started.
Oh, is that me, man?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, Big Show, what's up?
Zach the weed guy here, man. Hey, do I need to put this out?
Probably,
okay,
yeah.
Good. All right. Sorry about that, man. My buddy that works down the hall said y'all did a thing I wrote on the radio the other day, man.
Oh, yeah, top 10 list. It was pretty good.
Yeah, he said you dig my stuff. Well, not my stuff, my writing stuff.
Yeah, we dig it.
Cool. Hey, I wrote down some more stuff I've been thinking about. My buddy said, come by and let you dudes check it out. Is this a good time?
Well, this is the perfect time.
Cool. Hey, I brought my keyboard. Is it cool if I do my own backup track?
Well, sure, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Do I just plug it in right here?
Yeah, right there. It'll
Okay,
work.
sweet. All right, here goes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, America, what's up? Zach the weed guy here. You know, I smoke a lot of weed, and I think about a lot of stuff. Stuff you probably think about, too. But you don't really think about it, you know what I mean? Like this, like when a bottle of poison gets to the expiration date, does that make it less poisonous or more poisonous? You know? You gotta think about this stuff. Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought the difference between fool's gold and real gold was gonna be way more of a problem than it turned out to be. You know?
Wow. Deep.
Hey, the people that make popcorn and the people that make microwave ovens, they really need to get together and figure out this whole popcorn button thing, you know? It's not working for me, man. Okay, how about this? When I'm at a football game, the guy that kneels on the sideline, he kind of hacks me off, you know? But you know who really hacks me off? The guy that's charging $15 for a hot dog. Hey. You know, when you cough, you're supposed to put your hand over your mouth to be polite. Well, how come nobody puts their hand over their butt when they fart? Huh? See, I have time to think about stuff like this, man. A dude I know likes to drink. He knows exactly what time the liquor stores close. And then I got another buddy, he's an alcoholic. He knows exactly what time the liquor store's open.
Well,
takes all kinds, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the best place to be if you need to take a dump when you're out in public?
Oh.
The bowling alley. Because that way nobody will recognize you by your shoes. Get it? And hey, how impossible can all these missions really be if Tom Cruise has done like 5 of them already? You know? Oh, here's a good one. If I was going to make a bomb and I wanted to make sure it goes off, you know what I'd do? I'd use the same color wires for everything. You better hope I don't turn against you. Oh, okay, one more. What if OJ doesn't know that he's a real killer because he's got that, CTE brain damage stuff from playing running back all those years?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I got some more stuff, too, but I forgot what it was. If I remember it, can I come back? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, thanks, dudes. Till then, this is Zach the Weed Guy reminding you, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. Zach the Weed Guy, out.
Are we ready?
Yeah, if you'll just give me a tap.
Test! Hey, man, this is Tommy Chong. You know the star of Far Out Man, the movie? Got that in it. And whenever I want to get high, I don't say no. I just listen to John Boy and Billy. Who wrote this, man? Test!
Yes, it's Tatertainment time. I didn't think that I would have enough to talk about, but I, alas, found some things. The biggest news was that Coachella was happening last week, and that's a big music festival out there in California. And, Who's Who is always there, and they try to find out who's on stage. And the folks on stage got paid a lot of money. J-Lo was there, and she got paid. Justin Bieber got paid. Reportedly, the tabloids are saying he got paid $10 million to be up there on stage in his boxers and just him and his guitar. No dancers, nothing flashy. And then about halfway through, he decides to sit down. And up on the big screen behind him, he goes looking through his YouTube. plays some of his old YouTube stuff and also does some scrolling and is watching videos for the folks in the crowd. I'd have been hot. But again, I wouldn't pay money to go to Coachella. Ben Affleck in the news. Looks like Ben has finally gotten out of J-Lo's orbit. Bless his little heart. The two of them, the last thing they had between them was this $61 million mansion that they paid cash for when they were newly married. For 2 years now, that has been on the market, trying to get rid of it. Ben decided, I've had enough. My half, you can have it. You don't have to buy me out. Just take it and get out of my life. It was reported that Ben wanted a clean, absolute break, and this was the quickest way to get there. I would say so. Now, this couple, they tried and failed to sell this 38,000 square foot white elephant for 2 years, just hanging on them. Even at a significant loss, they can't find any takers. They've just lowered the price. The recent listing for the 12-bedroom, 24-bathroom home was $52 million. TMZ reports that J-Lo has been living at the mansion while she renovated the place she recently bought. She recently bought a new place. TMZ also notes that when J-Lo is ready to sell the mansion, she's likely to make a profit. She put $30 million into the purchase, but is now responsible for the broker's commissions, closing costs, and property taxes. So smart move there, Benjamin. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in the news. According to the New York Post, the save the date notices have gone out to their wedding guests. Look for yours in the mail. If this is true, the couple will be exchanging their vows in New York City on Friday, July 3rd. Why New York? I have no idea. But the number, or the date, is sort of significant. It's practically 3 years from the date that Travis attended the Eras tour. And we stumble over that. Eras tour back in Kansas City on July 8th of 2023. So maybe that's why. They're like, we're almost meeting our anniversary of when we first met. Or when you first came and were stalking me from the crowd. So you tell me, is this true, Swifties? Because I know the prediction was they would get married on June 13th, because the 13th is kind of their lucky number. It definitely has been Taylor's. I don't know. We'll have to watch and see. Billie Eilish, her and director James Cameron have been working on a 3D film. Yes, kids. They've released a new trailer. You can go see it on YouTube. It's titled Hit Me Hard and Soft, The Tour, live in 3D. The film was originally due on March 29th for you fans, but was pushed to May 8th because Cameron wasn't ready. He said, we're still refining the cut, dialing in cool, new 3D tech, adding some special behind the scenes. We know you'll love it. It's worth the wait. So Hit Me Hard and Soft, The Tour, live in 3D, was filmed over 4 nights in Manchester, England, and it will be released in May. You can watch the trailer, like I said, over on YouTube. Now, I saw the trailer, and it looks like it's going to be a neat concert documentary kind of thing. And having it in 3D is something that hasn't been done. A cool thing that she does, she gets up with a local animal rescue in the cities she's performing in. And like she was in Manchester, England, while they were filming this documentary, this film, concert film. And she has the rescue bring dogs over to the venue, and then her crew makes a dog room where she and the crew can go and hang out and decompress with some doggy cuddles and kisses. I love that idea. Looks like it works. Speaking of pets, a Chinese streaming service has created dedicated channels on their streaming for cats and dogs. It's called Pet TV. It caters to the interest of house pets that are alone while their owners are away at work. The channel's aesthetic is tailored to suit a pet's needs, such as audio frequencies, colors. How about that? Video clips will focus on wild animals and other household pets in action. The content is divided by breeds and moods. The only best thing is if a dog could bark and change the channel. I don't know. This service, though, is expensive. The annual fee for Pet TV ranges from $300 to $430 US. And Dexerto is saying that is the equivalent to 1 year of the premium plan at Netflix. Really? Does Netflix cost $300 a year? I should have fact-checked that. Now, I already do this for my dogs, and it's called the Me TV channel. Yeah, and it's free. It's free to me, and they love it. I have no complaints. I have not complained. Hey, you got kids? You got a baby or a baby on the way? In honor of the 10th anniversary of Beyonce's Lemonade album, there's a cover album coming out of instrumental lullabies of the songs on her Lemonade album. That's right, the Rockabye Baby brand, known for their lullabies using xylophones, bells, and woodwind instruments, will be doing lullaby renditions of Beyonce's Lemonade. Reimagine the full album in a kid-friendly manner. Huh? you gonna get this for? This is a good baby shower gift. Hearing Hold Up done in the xylophones. Whatever. All right, y'all, you have been so fantastic. Thanks for hanging out for one more round. I have one last comment just for this episode from Mr. John Pritchard. John and I go way back from the big show. He's got a lot of questions. I'm only going to do half of them, John, and we'll get back to him in a future episode. But he asked me, he said, I would like to know what happened with Billy being gone a good while before the show ended. I'll recap that. So Billy retired early. He was still around. He was still he was still available to us, but he had stepped back from the show and then just went ahead and went into retirement. Everything was fine with him. He was not sick. There was no issues in the family. It was just, we were at a point and he decided, he was ready to go on retirement. And the rest of us had a couple more years in us. And so everything was good. No bad blood. We just, we're kind of on a gag order and weren't really talking about it. I apologize that we couldn't tell you what was going on. But that is the world of corporate. So that's what happened to Billy. Then John asked, he goes, did moving to the new studio have anything to do with Billy being gone? Well, he says, was the new studio better for y'all or did it suck or what? So John, none of us liked the new studio. We moved out of what was known as 801. And we had our own wing and we had our own studio. We could leave everything in there, meaning our headphones. We could leave everything we were working on. You just and pick right back up the next day. No one came in and used our stuff. Then the company sold the building. Our main company sold the building. We moved with all the other iHeart stations into a much smaller building and had to share the studio. So we had no lockers. We had everything that we used. We had to bring in on our back. I know, poor things, but we had to bring it in every day. And every day when we were done, we'd have to clean it all back up and move again. So it was like I had a bucket with all of the stuff. I had Elsie, the bells. I had, and then it just had a different feel. It just did not, radio when we were in the first studio, which was on a location called 4th Street, very intimate. And it was, it just had personality. When radio was fun, just had personality. Then we had to get used to the second move because it kind of felt like we were in a dentist office. It was just a really big, long building, but our little nook, our little west wing there was awesome. And then we ended up getting really compartmentalized, and it was the wave of the future, and everything was, the board was smaller, and everything was in the cloud, and just lots of new stuff for us old dogs. And that did kind of suck. We were appreciative, but nobody likes change, really.
Tater, glad you could join us. I'm sure you've been doing something.
She's been out sleeping in the bus.
She tried to get the other members of the group to rehearse, and they just wouldn't give her any cooperation.
Who is that big boy from down the hall, Jacket, that Tater's been talking to?
Oh, Tater's got a big boyfriend, huh?
I tell you, there's something about Tater that attracts guys with square heads.
It's true.
If you pick a guy out of a crowd that looked like Frankenstein, he's going to come right to her and start talking.
I've never noticed it, but you're right.
It's true. If he's got those eyebrows that stick like 3 feet out of his head like the Piltdown Man, he's going to come talk to Tater. Every throwback and Frankenstein wannabe in the world.
She's like a blockhead zapper.
She is. See, if they got bolts in their neck, you be bride to me.
See, I don't remember talking to anybody who looked like that.
Remember that guy you were just talking to, the one with the real short sleeves because they don't make shirts that long? With the stitches around the wrist where they put his hand
got me
back.
about 6'10".
Oh, man.
6'11".
And them eyes have never seen a drop of rain, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a tall guy, but he didn't have big old eyebrows or anything like that.
He didn't have eyebrows. He didn't have room for it with that forehead.
That was Brian from down the hall. Yeah, it's Brian.
Tater.
Yeah.
You love him.
Man.
Good time.
No,
I'm a people person. What can I say?
Tater's good like that.
By the way, enjoy your sack lunch today.
Who's that other big old boy down the hall, Randy? You call him
I can't say what I call him on the
Freaky,
radio, and I don't think
freaky.
I can say it without saying it the way I say it. Big, tall, scary mother from down the hall. Creepy. Big, tall, scary, creepy mother from down the hall.
Now, he's like 6'10". He's tall.
Yeah. So is he taller than the big-headed guy you was talking to?
Yeah, but he's kind of, I don't know, it's like rounding the corner and bumping into a 9-foot joint.
Tell you what, though, around here, if we wanted to get a rec league basketball team together, boy, we'd have some boys.
And have you noticed down the hall they've gone back to hiring baby dolls to do?
It's about
So we got the cheerleaders, and if we lose the ball, we can just use one of their big heads.
So anyway, in our, of course, world headquarters, we're on the other end of a gigantic building. They just added on. How many radio stations are in the building down the hall?
5.
5? I thought 6. Yeah.
5 with a spare. There's an extra spot for another.
That's for future growth.
And we're as far away as we can get from them and still be in the same building, basically. Yeah.
So all the salespeople, all the promotions people, all the administration people, everybody's here now.
So good. Are we being good neighbors?
I told you I'm out there trying to meet people, talk to people. I mean, come on.
How do you think we met big, scary so-and-so from down the hall?
You're doing very well.
Jackie caught me trying to be a good neighbor. Out there, does that. Yeah, time to get back out there and move around down the hall, boys.
This is where we segue
Johnny
back.
trying to turn it into Desperate Housewives down there.
Now, so we're segueing back to the baby dolls. Go, Jackie.
Here's Johnny. It's quiet. He's standing out by himself. That's his way of bringing them down.
That's like my call.
They come running down the hall. We thought we heard a distressed
Oh,
animal
it's
down
so
there.
funny.
Yeah.
He'll be standing outside talking to someone. They're talking. He's paying no attention, and I'm standing in the background watching. So the person he's talking to will look at me, and I'll say, just watch. And he'll look at her, follow her to her car, and then he'll turn around. Huh? What you say?
I said that the eclipse is going to be this weekend if you'd like to.
Yeah, but really, I'm usually talking to like somebody like Astro anything.
Or he says, girls, we have breakfast. Why don't you come on in? And the guys come by. Oh, there's none left for you guys. No, there's none. No, we don't have any breakfast.
And those girls, just stupid. They come,
Well, now.
they are. Okay. I want to come down and introduce myself. Hey, John Boy. And what Tater and I stand back
This
like,
is the network.
oh, you are as sweet as they said you were.
You are just so precious.
And Johnny's over there like Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond.
And there's no music playing, but he's dancing.
Oh, there was one last week. I wanted to come and introduce myself. My brother and your son are pledging the same fraternity.
Oh, my gosh. And I heard you give great hugs. Can I have a hug? Can I tell you I was salesperson of the month?
And he goes, I said, who was that? But I don't have to talk to my son about their fraternity. I can't remember her name. Her name's Baby Doll, stupid.
Okay, all right. Have we finished? Is the show over yet?
Sure feels like it.
So I just wonder where you're going later.
Fine. Why don't nobody want me to be happy?
I want you to be happy.
I guess that's the way it's going to end up. Me and you hugging.
Want some breakfast?
No. It's going to end up, I'm going to be the guy who bathes John Boy. I still say that.
Oh, now why you have to go right there?
Because that's eventually what it's going to come to.
Yeah, in about 3 hours when we get back up.
Yeah.
Johnny be sitting there with guns and electric trains. Randy laying in the bed with a cowboy hat. If I begin to die, please take this off of me.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hang on. We gotta get some time. We got some stuff to do this weekend.
Thank you, Captain Pritchard, for your questions. I'll get back to the rest of them. And yeah, that was us in the 801 Woodridge building, the one where we had our own space. All right, well, I think that's a good place to wrap up episode 14 of Tater's Big Show Hangover. You guys go make a sandwich on your $5 bread and drink your Diet Coke with lime out of those vintage Bugs Bunny glasses you got at the Antique Mall, all right? We'll meet you back here next time for another round. I want to say thank you to my pen pals today. Fun questions. Keep the comments coming on the socials, Spotify, and YouTube responses. Thank you all for listening to the end and for following, subscribing, and downloading, and I don't know what all. Thank you to Barry, my go-to guy in life, and to John Boy and Billy for allowing me to play their bits, which are all available in the Bitbox at thebigshow.com. Farm Life with John Boy over on the John Boy and Billy Big Show Facebook page. Yee-haw!